Hi there. Okay, the difficult relationship of Oliver Twist and the Artful Dodger. If you wanted to read a novel which shows two totally different characters, shows the relationship between two totally different characters, I would recommend Oliver Twist, by Charles Dickens. The story of Oliver Twist is slanted against the injustices of social differences in Victorian society. The readers can get an insight into the plight of the most deprived people and the indifferent attitude of the affluent citizens towards them at that era. Better, in that era. Poor people were ostracised by society, good word. Their survival instincts overruled any moral issues, good phrase. Oliver Twist was born in a workhouse. His mother passed away soon after he was born. His father left him. I think left's not wrong, but abandoned him. He's a puerile boy. He absconds from the workhouse, good word, and goes to London in the fervent hope of finding safety. He never loses his innocence throughout the novel. This character may arouse sympathy among readers. Jack Dawkins, the Artful Dodger, is a dexterous pickpocket who is definitely a victim of the circumstances. His appearance and his attitude resemble a grown-up man, while many of the fortunate few are learning from books in classrooms at his age. He is studying at the University of Life on the streets. He cannot change his status, or he cannot change the status quo. If he had been brought up by a loving family, he would have been a prim and proper person. Their roads cross when Oliver arrives in London. The hungry and desperate boy sees him as a good friend, and takes advantage. Sees a good friend in him. The deceitful little criminal offers him shelter and food and takes advantage of his naivety. The Artful Dodger brings him to the manipulative, old, egotistic Fagin, who is the leader of a criminal group. When Jack steals the handkerchief of an elderly gentleman on the crowded street, onlookers catch Oliver and accuse him of committing this petty crime. In summary, Oliver the orphan craves for affection and acceptance, although the Artful Dodger pretends to be a good friend of Oliver. He leaves him alone when he gets into trouble. Okay, there's nothing wrong with leaves him alone. He leaves him in the lurch when he gets into trouble. You never expect the paragon of virtue of someone who is stuck in the quagmire of hopelessness. Not the paragon, a paragon of virtue. You never expect a paragon of virtue of someone who is stuck in the quagmire of hopelessness. This essay is much, much, much better than your last one. This I really quite like. You've got lots of good words: prim and proper, manipulative, egotistic, onlookers, petty crime, crave, quagmire. There's loads and loads of really good vocabulary, and there aren't any really serious mistakes at all. Let's see, one or two errors with A and the, but that's going to always be your problem, and one or two with prepositions as well. Yeah, I think this is quite good. I think I'm probably going to give it 7 at CPE. It's not a bad essay at all. Well done, Roland.